So, lads, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was like Legion hops. I cannot believe this is not Centel. I think, considering like what we've seen in the media, this is a bit of a crazy conclusion to jump to. But at the end of the day, look, it's what comes to the territory. Not comes to territory, but it happens in the industry. This is a video I would rather have not made, but at the end of the day, I do want to say, like, I'm going to have to still talk about this because, let's be real, I made videos about Cheryl Swoops being let go from, like, the Dallas Wings. I've made a lot of negative videos about Swoops for this type of thing. I called out Stephen A. Smith on Twitter for doing something very, very similar. So at the end of the day, well, not for doing something very, very similar. I think what Stephen A. Smith did was significantly worse, but he's just Stephen A. Smith. He can get away with it. At the end of the day, like, unfortunately, this type of thing happens. But I actually cannot believe this is not Centel. I can't believe this is not Centel. Because if you guys don't know, Rachel DeMita tweeted about 30 letters. People were like, a lot of people were reading this and they're like, is she live tweeting through the whole game? I'm not joking when I say this. She probably looked down at her phone. It says here, Rachel DeMita out big from Big 3. She's no longer with the Big 3 after she tweeted about Caitlin Clark highlights happening at the same time as the Big 3. Like, I mean this when I say this. Somebody could have been pissed off by that. Or, like, it could have been a whole thing being like, well, she's working the Big 3. She's not focusing on the game. Somebody in the higher up could have been just pissed off at that. But let's read the article here. And popular basketball influencer Rachel DeMita's time ICU's Big 3 leagues come to an end. The final straw that led to her parting was when DeMita tweeted about Clark highlights this past Sunday during a game which she was working courtside correspondence for the Big 3, sources told Front Office Sports. A Big 3 spokesperson declined to comment, saying that the league does not comment on personnel matters. DeMita's agent could not be immediately reached for comment. And with that, like, I'm not going to jump to any major conclusions. And I do think, like, it's important not to. I think it's important not to. But, like, I think in general, this is kind of a crazy thing where it's like, Clark returned. Rachel DeMita shared a video of Clark with D3 saying, for those who questioned the hype. She said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She wrote 6 words. She typed out 6 words. Like, I mean, 6 words. But at the end of the day, maybe she was watching the game on her phone. Like, we don't know. I'm not going to accuse her of anything. I'm not going to say she did anything. I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. But, yeah, it is just a crazy one. It is a crazy one because I don't think anyone thought this was going to happen. I think this is one of the craziest news stories I think we've ever heard. That somebody got let go because of live tweeting. And, like, if you look up anything about Rachel DeMita on Big 3, there's not one complaint about Rachel DeMita on Twitter for that reason. So I was like, maybe there were, like, maybe some fans are complaining about her live tweeting. And I'm like, if you like, type in Rachel DeMita and you look at the responses to that tweet, if you look at the responses, there's not one negative response. There's not one tweet, if you look through tweets, about Rachel DeMita tweeting the game. So it's not like it was a fan complaint. It's not like it was fan complaint. Like, nothing about that. So it's just a weird scenario. But look, and that's the thing when it comes to anything in the media, is that all you have to do is just, like, slightly piss off the wrong person. And for all we know, they were pissed off because Caitlin Clark refused the league and they don't want that type of thing. But, like, I don't even know. I don't know at this stage. Nobody knows. But at the end of the day, look, this is Rachel DeMita. She's going to land on her feet. She is Rachel DeMita. And I think she will be fine. I think she'll be fine. She literally went trending. This tweet, like, she actually just saw a highlight. And look, I mean this when I say this. I'm going to look on my phone. I'm going to type in, go on to Twitter. I'm going to see the first thing. And I'm going to type in exactly what Rachel DeMita said. There. About 7 seconds. Like, she could have looked at her phone for 15 seconds. And again, look, I think we can, like, I think it's fair to question the professionalism of that. I think it's fair because I think if this was somebody else, we would be doing that. I think it's fair to question that. But, like, I think it's also fair to question whether or not that was worth losing someone's job. Like, whether or not it's worth that. But look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, Rachel DeMita's worked for overtime. She was the face of 2K. She was as popular, if not more popular, than Ronnie 2K a decade ago. She's going to land on her feet. This is Rachel DeMita. She's gone 15 on trending yesterday on YouTube. So it's probably as good a time as ever. Like, Rachel DeMita, in terms of the name Rachel DeMita, is more relevant now than she has been. Like, in terms of just the popular culture, is more relevant now with being the biggest WNBA YouTuber than any stage since the time when she was like the face of 2K. Like, we can be completely honest on that. Or at least amongst in basketball circles. So, look, she's going to be fine. She's going to land on her feet. Like, I'm not sure when it comes to the WNBA itself, like the league, the WNBA does seem to want to, rather promote people that hate on Caitlin Clark than if you're pro Caitlin Clark, you're done because you're automatically accused of being, let's be real, if you are pro Caitlin Clark, the league doesn't want anything to do with you because you're accused of being a racist, regardless of what your actions are. So that is just the unfortunate thing. But, like, let's be real. This is Rachel DeMita. Rachel DeMita is going to bring, like, if there is any WNBA adjacent media and there's reporting, maybe it's like if somebody wants to host a WNBA show, like if the Ringer want to host like a proper show, Rachel DeMita has been, like, will have to be one of the first names on their list. Like, if any of these companies want to host like a show, like an actual show and have a presenter on a show, Rachel DeMita realistically has to be on top of their list. But at the end of the day, or she just keeps doing what she's doing when it comes to YouTube, because let's be real, Rachel DeMita is doing fine. Rachel DeMita is doing absolutely fine. Like, what is, like, that was a 16-minute long video. She is absolutely fine. So looking at her social blade, 2.7 mil for the last 30 days. She's absolutely fine. Again, do I think it was a bit of a crazy overreaction to this from Rachel, like, for tweeting out 8 words? Sure. Do we know the entire situation? No. So there could be stuff we don't know of. But at the end of the day, look, she's going to land on her feet. Like, it is what it is. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.